Why are we still playing Belgian Vestige? The hell is this?
We are playing Belcher Vestige because Daedalus is no good. To sum it up.
Alright.
I consulted the players. I didn't decide on my own. I asked the players, what do you think of this map pool with Belcher Vestige instead of Daedalus? They were like, man, it's perfect. So I was like, well, if it's perfect, why change it? And this is why we are going to be playing a few games in this tournament on Belcher Vestige. I cannot get enough of this map, man.
Don't fix it unless it's broken, right?
Yeah.
Or never change the winning team.
Well,
Never change the winning pro.
broken too.
Never change the winning Protoss map pool. That should be the same.
Come on, we all know there is no such thing.
Alright. Over here in the right bottom side of Belgium Vestige, we got the Terran player from Team Liquid. It is of course TaeJa, who looked solid as always in game number 1. If TaeJa will win this series, we're going to see him go up against Bomber. What are we going to do first? You want the winning series or the losing series? I guess the winning series, right?
Yeah, the winning series, just like in WCS and all that.
Cool.
We're going to keep the exact same format. First winner versus winner, loser versus loser, and then the final match.
It is important to keep updating our viewers about what's going on, because of course a lot of people will always tune in and leave. This is the second series of the day. Before this we saw Bomber take out Saza 2-0. So if TaeJa wins the series, we're going to cast the TVT, which will be a solo cast by Johan Merlo.
Yeah, right. You do the TVT, I'll do the PvP.
No, we're not gonna do that. It's gonna be a sick TVT though, between Bomber and TaeJa. They had a couple of sick TVTs in the past. I was really surprised back then that I think Bomber was able to defeat TaeJa. No wait, they didn't play against each other. Did they play against each other in WCS Season 2?
WCS Season 2 World Finals in Germany.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bomber won 3-2, right? He was up 2-0, then TaeJa made it 2-2, but then Bomber won the series.
Yeah, those were some really nice games. I remember doing analysis.
Yeah, on Neo Planet S, yeah.
and Funka basically telling me everything I had to say, and then I said it.
I really like whenever you do analysis about a non-Protoss game, you're always like, hello guys, this is your Melo. I am not a Terran player, but I'm not an expert, but I'm still going to try to do my best. That's like the start of your speech. You make fun of my home story cup speech, but that's how every analysis speech of you starts.
Yeah, man. I'm not going to pretend I'm a Terran expert, I'm not. Anyway, TaeJa going for a quick reactor here. MC again going for the scout. He got locked in this time, and I think he saw there was Marines being made, so he knows there could be a factory behind this, and there is no Reaper on the way. And MC is mining fully from double assimilator, and he's chrono boosting out a Stalker.
Yeah, MC is going to try to put some early game pressure on TaeJa, which is very effective if Terran players play very greedy and delay their bunker, but that doesn't really seem to be the case. By the time the Zealot makes it here, the bunker will actually already be finished up. TaeJa doesn't like to play it risky. He probably saw that early Zealot in production as well. Twilight Council being warped in the back of MC's base. I think MC had enough of playing a straight up game, Johan. He said it's time to go back. How I won $500,000. Yes.
Back to the roots.
There's a reason why I'm the richest Protoss on Earth. I'm gonna go back
to my macro games. No, I'm very good at everything.
It's not my third base, that's for sure.
TaeJa actually doing some interesting depot here at his expansion, but to basically prevent a run-by, because he knew he only had 2 Marines, he had 2 more on the way. He thought that if a Zealot, a Mothership Core and a Stalker run by and get in a position at his ramp, it would be very hard for him to defend, and he was right. So he anticipated that. That's the strength of one of these players. MC is gonna start Blink. We should be seeing a Nexus go down, and then I think how many gateways? I will say 5.
No, I think 3 more. I think he's gonna do it off 4 gates for a little while, but we'll see. There's a Widowmine in production already for TaeJa, Johan, and if MC decides to be aggressive with Blink Stalkers and TaeJa decides to bring a Widowmine across the map, that really could be super annoying for MC because he's not gonna have detection for quite a while. But for now, the Widowmine is just gonna burrow in the mineral line. Because TaeJa doesn't know what we know. He's gonna throw down and scan. Now he does know. He will see the Twilight Council being chrono boosted.
This is always nice. He knows exactly what he's up against. MC behind this right away starts a robo. So he could go into basically just 3 gates, build up his Stalker count, make sure he can defend with Blink, and from there going to either Colossus or Storm. Usually I think Colossus would be a better choice. And since we haven't seen gateways go down just yet, I think we might see just that. Usually when when a player gets blink like this and he knows he's not up against factory play, a lot of the time you're going to see those Korean Protoss take a very quick third with that blink on just one gateway and then make a lot of gateways, and from there just be ready to defend, counter-attack, do some damage. In this game, you have double extra gateway.
This is going to be tough for MC, because at the end of the day, this was not a super economic opening by him. His Nexus was late. If we take a look at the income there, we can see 32 SCVs against 29 probes. There are 2 Widow Mines in a medevac on the left side of the map. First Observer is in production though, so it should be out in time. TaeJa's even getting a tank. I think he's really worried about getting busted by MC. So maybe this will give MC the time that he needs to recover. Because at the end of the day, whenever a Protoss is down 3 workers at the 8-minute mark, it's safe to say that Terran is in really good shape.
Yeah, and MC was completely ready for this drop here. He had 4 Stalkers in the main, the Mothership Core in the natural. TaeJa reacted very, very quickly, which is nice. He pulled back with the Medivac. I think a lot of Terrans would have gone in anyway. I know that if I played Terran, I would have.
Yeah, same here. It's just like, well, I had this idea, so I'm going to roll with it. I don't care how well prepared my opponent is. I'm just going to fly in and kill some probes.
Ooh, the Medivac at the 3rd base here might be caught by MC, who was well positioned. Oh, TaeJa sees it. Man, these guys, they have a sick game sense. They're ready for everything and they react so well to everything. I know I never look at my War Prisms when I send them inside of a base. So a lot of the time what happens is that I look and then it basically ran into a turret and died. And 4 Zealots were inside.
Double Forge going up in the main, yeah, or 2 High Templars, even worse when that happens. Double Forge going up in the main base of MC. I'm pretty worried for MC. And he also lost his Observer on the other side of the map. He was able to, I won't say retake the work lead, but he's still not able to do that. Now TaeJa is going to move out with a very interesting army. If TaeJa throws down a scan to kill this Observer, I'm going to scream. Oh, he doesn't mirror it. He's not going to scan for it.
Yeah, he's going to use that for his attack. He's had to invest in 2 tanks and Widow Mines to defend. And now realizes he doesn't need those to defend. So he's going to be offensive with them. And this could work out quite well, because look at MC. This is just before he gets much stronger. He has charge on the way, he has 1-1 underway. And the army supply, 42 to 30. Photon overcharge is good, but there is a lot here by MC, and having Medivacs, he's going to deal with this quite nicely. He's going to siege those tanks. No, he's not. He's pulling back.
TaeJa doesn't want to commit, which I don't mind too much, because he doesn't have Stim and he doesn't have Combat Shield. So even though, yes, his army looks strong, but if it was Stim and Combat Shield, then I think he would stick around much longer. I think right now he doesn't want to take the risk of being force-footed off and losing a lot of units.
TaeJa scans the main, and he saw the Double Forge and the charge on the way.
I think it's okay for TaeJa to back off. I mean, he doesn't really have to do anything crazy. He's still up 4 workers. How often do you see a Terran be up 4 workers?
Every time I play PvT.
On the highest level, on the highest level.
Okay, not often.
Immortals on the way for MC as well, perhaps to deal with those tanks. In the end, Immortals are also pretty good against Marauders, even in those big fights, because Stim Marauders are scary, but often when everything dies, there are still a couple of Immortals shooting everything down. TaeJa is still going to try to make something happen with these Widow Mines, and I actually do not think there is an Observer over here. Zooming out as far as I can.
Yeah.
I don't see any detection.
MC is going to have to react very, very quickly here. And oh, the Medivac flies in there. Does MC see it? This is going to get burrowed for sure.
Oh, this is going to hurt. Alright. Could have been worse, but still pretty damn good for TaeJa. I think 3 and 3 kills? 3 and 4 kills.
Yeah, and MC didn't actually move his probes. That's interesting. I feel like if he had moved them, he would have lost a lot more.
Yeah. I'm often that guy as well. It's like, oh, we don't mind, transfer my workers, and then like they get this juicy shit, like 12 probes. Like, I hate my life. Ghost Academy is going up as well in the back of the main for TaeJa, and at the same time, this Viking did find that War Prison with those 4 zealots in it, Johan, that you were talking about.
He's gonna fly into a turret. This is the third move.
He's able to save 2 of those zealots, but still, that got shot down as well. TaeJa is just so freaking solid, man. It's so hard to play against TaeJa. And when you're kind of economically behind, it's borderline impossible. The guy doesn't really make mistakes, does he?
Yeah, by the way, that turret is so nicely placed on the right-hand side of the map. Make sure no War Prism can fly from the very right side of the map, staying close to the wall. MC is not attempting to take a third just yet, and we are almost at the 14th minute mark. TaeJa, again, is well saturated on 3 bases. He's basically dropped some mills, and he's doing quite well economically.
MC probably had no idea of the stim timing. Like, even though that first little army by TaeJa was scary, I think that was still facing a game where MC maybe could have taken a third base because he didn't have stim. I guess there was a widow mine for hero for a while over here as well. MC is finally gonna try it, but as you said, it's so much later than TaeJa's third. TaeJa's up 12 workers as well. TaeJa's on double engineering bay. He's even researching +1 for the Vikings already. At 14-minute mark, getting +1 for your Vikings, then you know life's good as a Terran player.
Life is good when you're Terran. I'm sure of it. And with 2-2 underway, and MC getting it a little bit before his opponent, there are going to be some possibilities for timings here that he can hit. But look at TaeJa. He's on top of everything. He's getting ghosts. So that's going to cancel a lot of timings that you can do with Templars. Or at least it's going to make very hard for them to work. Oh, the factory is going to spot the War Prism. TaeJa is everywhere. It's impossible to surprise this guy. He leaves a Viking on the right hand side. He has the factory on the left hand side. He's ready for everything every single time. And he's going to get a turret in his third base now to make sure he does not get storm dropped.
Storm drop might still do some damage, but this middle line is not that saturated. Unfortunate for MC. Like, it would have been much harder if it actually had like 20 USCVs over there or something like that. At the same time, TaeJa is moving out on the right side. He still has those 2 tanks as well.
Oh, the Templars, they don't have storm just yet. They're going to have it very, very soon. MC has to be careful. If the Zealot die, the Templars will die.
Oh, tanks are
targets
too far in the front.
And the Ghosts finish the jobs.
That's pretty good for MC. MC kind of cleaned up that little hit squad on the right top side of the map. Of course, not everything, but he picked up a few tanks, picked up a few Marines, and yeah, it's not too bad. Something he can work with, but he's still down 15 workers. There's another tank out there. MC should back out though. He shouldn't get too overeager.
Yeah, the Robobay is gonna start behind this. MC, he knows that he's not gonna be disarming with just Templars. In the previous game, it went really bad for him when he tried to do just that. But TaeJa is not gonna give him any time. He's pressing forward now. He's gonna scan every single step along the way. Ooh, EMP goes down.
Look at that siege tank, man. The siege tank is Rambo. He's like, bro, I'm in a tank. I have this.
Sergeant Hammer from Heroes of the Storm. He's here, man.
Well, you know more about the game than I do. I don't think many people in chat are getting Heroes of the Storm references yet, Leon.
Okay, well, now you get it. The tank in Heroes of the Storm is named Sergeant Hammer.
You know, I've seen it in a very old stage, but I've never actually played with it, the tank. Either way, MC is going to try to salvage his army. He lands a time bomb, but he's not able to land the storm on top of that army. TaeJa is up 40 supply. Here comes some additional ghosts. Will land some EMPs on these high templars. Good storm there, though, by MC, but I'm afraid it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, look at the supply. MC's army disappeared here. He didn't have time to risk losses. He's actually starting thermal land, so why losing this fight? I think that's a little bit overly ambitious here by him. And oh, some Templars are gonna get in there and storm this army. TaeJa, though, he has so many medivacs ready to heal. If those storms don't finish the army, which they don't, he's able to heal every single time. MC flies in there with the War Prism and he's gonna lose everything. GG gets called.
TaeJa looked really good over there as well. TaeJa takes our second series of the